The longest pass you received it, how long was the throw?
It was 7 yards.
Luck or skill? How much of it was luck?
A lot of it was speed.
Really?
Yeah, because I had to took off.
That wasn't one of the choices. I'm running the interview, not you. Don't stick your nose in my business. I said luck or skill, and he goes speed. Joining me right now is a dear friend. We were just laughing about a funny joke I told him. This is Yosef Murray. Many of you will know him as Calvin Murray. You see that? He didn't buy the shirt at the stadium. Played in the NFL for the Philadelphia Eagles. Played for the Bears, yes. Running back.
Yes.
He knows how to play football a little bit?
Just a little bit.
And here we are in Jerusalem. Here we are in Yerushalayim,
right.
The holy city. Let me ask you a question, brother. I'm going to ask you straight away.
Yes.
When you were playing in the NFL, going back to the 1980s,
yes.
Did you ever dream that you would be a Jew here in Jerusalem right now?
Never. It never crossed my mind. This is so out of this world that I never ever thought that I would ever have this opportunity, this great blessing that Hashem has blessed upon my wife and I, and to meet great people like yourself. It's just an awesome. I'm so happy just to be here in the city. I can't even believe it. I always have to pinch myself and say, am I really here? Is this really happening? So it's just a beautiful time, a beautiful day, a beautiful every day. I just love Israel. I love Hashem, and I love my Jewish people.
Tell me this. How did you come to the God of Israel? How did that happen?
It was a journey. It was a long journey. There were some things that happened in my life. I had dreams that Hashem was speaking to me through, and I started realizing that these dreams were the path to bring me to Orthodox Judaism.
But you grew up in the hardcore Christian world.
Yes, I did. My family was very, very, very religious. They were First Baptists, and
right. Not the Second Baptist.
Not Second Baptist.
I don't like the second and the third. The fourth is not bad. The first is the best, number one.
Right.
The fourth Baptist, not the Fifth Baptist. Forget it. We're not going to talk about them now.
Right.
So forget the Fifth Baptist and forget the train behind us. So you were in the First Baptist, number one. Okay.
Right.
So what happened? How did you go from Christianity, hardcore fundamentalist Christianity, to knowing about the God of Israel and accepting HaKadosh Baruch Hu in your life?
Well, I do remember there was one time I had this prayer that I wanted to know, God, if you're real, who are you? Show yourself to me. And that was, I really believe, in my life, that opened up that door to bring me to where I am today. Because asking that question, he put me through it. He was always with me. He was always talking to me. He was always showing me that he is the truth. And then I started talking with a lot of my Jewish friends, and I started seeing things. But then my wife was the one when she got your books, Let's Get Biblical, and she said, here, read this. And I started reading it, and then I was like, oh, this is the truth. I was a minister. I was working.
You were a minister?
Yeah, I was working. I was delivering. I was giving messages. I was working with the youth, and I was trying to help them realize the truth. And then those things happen when the truth really comes
I didn't
open.
even know you were a minister.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were that high.
Yeah, I got up and
So you're a minister in the First Baptist.
Well, yes, and also I was a minister in the non-denominational.
Non-denominational.
So, yeah.
So then you read my book,
right.
You study my stuff,
right?
And what happens?
Well, I had a choice to take a hold of the truth or continue down the path that I was originally, not supposed to go. Right. And with the beautiful wife that I have in Amona, I made a decision, said, this is the path I'm going to go.
Right.
And made that decision clearly, and Hashem opened my eyes and showed me who he really was, and I can't turn back. I can't turn my back on Hashem because he's been there for me. He's been loving on me and my wife, and he's been loving on my kids, and my kids are seeing the truth and what's really going on. And many of them had told me that, Dad, if there's any religion that they would choose, they said it would be Judaism. Right. So, it's really a beautiful life, and ever since Hashem has opened this door and opportunity, I've been able to help a lot of young Jewish kids. I love working with kids because that was one of my
coaching and everything.
Right, that was one of my goals in my life, that I wanted to work with kids.
Amazing thing. You know him probably is Calvin Murray. If you're here in Yerushalayim, you definitely know him as Yosef Murray. He's lectured in so many places, written books with his beloved wife.
Right.
What's the latest book?
The first one was the Rose Bowl to Rashi.
Rose Bowl to Rashi. What did you do in the Rose Bowl? I know.
Oh, I played in the Rose Bowl.
No, well, you did. I don't remember exactly. You did. Is it the longest pass ever in the?
No,
Rose?
that
Just
was the
tell me.
longest pass was in the college in Ohio State. That was a home game.
I
That was
also
the
had the longest pass.
You did?
No, I made that up. I didn't. I hope I would have a long pass. They didn't want to let me pass. I asked them, please let me pass. They don't want to let me pass.
Yeah.
So the longest ball in the Rose Bowl.
Right.
Rose Bowl.
Right. In the Rose Bowl, it's the biggest game in college football during our time, and we were playing USC, and they were predicted to, and we were undefeated.
Right.
And whoever won that game really became national champs.
The longest pass you received, how long was the throw?
It was 7 yards.
Luck or skill? How much of it was luck?
A lot of it was speed.
Really?
Yeah, because I had to took off.
That wasn't one of the choices. I'm running the interview, not you. Don't stick your nose in my business. I said luck or skill, and he goes speed. That's not the way the interview is running.
Well,
okay. No, it's speed. I mean, you were running real fast.
Right, I was running real fast because one of the things that you didn't want to do is get caught from behind, because all the guys will make fun of you.
I know.
That's the most embarrassing.
The story of my life.
Right.
So that's it. So now you're here in Yerushalayim.
Right.
You're speaking to many people around the world right now.
Right.
Give them the message. Yosef Murray, tell the people around the world the message.
Wow. The message is this, that there's nobody but Hashem, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And all of us, I wish that we all would open our eyes and come together as brothers and sisters and stop the tragedies that are going on in our societies, and that we all come together for God and be His children and love on each other and not destroying each other, but take the time to understand that our role as Jewish people is to bring that message to you, to help you to be the better people, to help you understand who Hashem is and how important He is in your life, because Hashem is the reason that we're all here, is to learn who He is.
Amen. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me, Rabbi Yosef. Shalom from Yerushalayim.
Adon Olam אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא ווואי